But yeah, man, it's been a long time coming. This man in front of me, young man, 18 years old, representing Baltimore. This guy's one of my favorite producers, I think, out of everyone coming out of, I don't even want to categorize you in the SoundCloud world, but just like the next generation that I feel gets it, that has a balanced sound, that knows how to sample, make those chops, you know, on that knowledge type level, but also make like the future bass and the contemporary edits and stuff like that. I feel like you're my favorite right now. I think if I look at my track list right now on the radio show, I'm playing all your music. We got J.Robb in the building. What's up?
Hey, what's cracking?
How you doing?
I'm chilling, man.
Was this your first time in LA?
I was here last August, actually.
Last August?
Yeah.
Cool. And we actually brought you out here for the Soulection 6-year anniversary.
You did.
Yeah, man. How was that? In front of 2,400 people last week.
It was crazy. Very crazy. I mean, I had fun, you know. That's really all what it's all about at the end of the day. But yeah, it was definitely a lot of people.
It was a lot of people. It was right across from the Staples Center. And we didn't announce the lineup, so I'm pretty sure you were a surprise to a lot of people. And that was our first time including you in something that's part of Soulection. Yeah, man. So again, thank you for rocking that. I really appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. In fact, later on today, we got to have you rock a set. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, your beats are just crazy. What's up with you, man? Like, what's next? What do you got? What are you working on?
I don't even know at this point. I mean, like, right now I kind of just make music day by day as much as it goes. So, I mean, I'll just go back home, probably work on some stuff and see what comes out of there and go to Brooklyn. You know, I'm always in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Have you been on tour yet?
Nah. I mean, up and down the East Coast, but that's really it.
Yeah. Have you put out any official project or EP yet?
Not since, like, I guess I started getting some buzz or whatever, but like the first thing I ever put out was like a little project. It was like right when I left high school. Some people may know it, you know, people who were with me from like 2015 on. But yeah, I mean, if you want to peep it, you know, go on Spotify. It's on there.
Okay, we're about to look you up. Or not Spotify, man. Apple Music.
Oh, wait.
Come on, bro.
My bad.
Hey, we're stopping the interview. I'm cutting the music.
Wait,
it's a rap.
it's on Apple Music too.
Nah,
though.
it's too late,
on
bro.
Okay, go
late.
peep it on Apple Music first, and then if you happen to have Spotify, go peep it again.
Man, just stop talking.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. All right, I'm gonna chill out on that.
Hey, it's all right, man. It's my homie. He's 18. My fault. Shoot. Nah, I'm just kidding. So you've been making music since you were 13.
Yeah, around 13.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, it's so you got put on to Drake. Which album was it?
Take Care.
Take Care. And then you heard
favorite album.
You heard Boy Wonder, right?
Yeah.
And who else?
I heard Boy Wonder and I heard 40, but like 40 wasn't really that interesting to me, but like I like the way like he kind of like flipped stuff like at the end. I mean, I'm not sure if like you notice or like if anybody notices, but like he tends to like take it in a totally different direction. So that's what I like admire about him. So I wanted to, you know, learn how they do it and what they do and stuff like that.
Yeah, and so you were 13 when Take Care came out.
Yeah.
And then you picked up FL Studio, right? Man, I feel like we shouted out FL Studio so much on this show that they better supply us
Sponsor.
here, man.
Hey.
Hey, selfish plug. But yeah, I could tell too the way you produce, the way you arrange your music, you could tell it's through Fruity Loops. And if for those who are new or for the listener that's unaware on the production game, you know, so many greats use that, you know. I mean, who could you name off top that uses that program to make music?
I mean, me.
Me and me. Dylon.
Exactly. I mean, besides myself, you know, Boy Wonder, of course, T Minus.
I know Katra uses it.
Katra. See, I didn't know that actually.
Oh, okay.
So,
now you know.
Cool
Sam Gallatry.
Yeah.
Lakim.
Monty Booker.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
I feel like a lot, man.
Great.
I feel like there's so many. Wonder Girl.
Definitely Wonder Girl, yeah.
She's a beast, but you can tell. I mean, it's something about it, like on the drum patterns. It just has just like
the way it knocks.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Anyways, we're getting too complex for it. But let's keep it moving. Do you currently go to school right now?
Nah, I dropped out of college like what year is it? 2017, like a year and a half ago.
Okay.
I mean, I was there mad earlier. I was there at like 17, just in college, you know. So,
Dude, how do your parents feel about that?
I mean, my dad was like real mad about it. My mom was like, whatever, you know. But like they were a little concerned, and then once I started taking it seriously, you know, getting things done, it kind of just they was like, all right, cool, we see what you're doing.
Word. Well, I'm glad. I mean, there's nothing like having your parents' support.
Right.
And I mean, you're getting flown out to LA, so I'm sure they're like, oh,
They're
okay.
like, all right, see you later, you know.
Yeah, now it makes sense.
Exactly.
Let's get into a quick music break. We have plenty of more to talk to. I'm so glad you're here. I think if the world doesn't know, they need to know who you are. And let's get into one of our favorites, JD. Dime piece, instrumental off The Shining. How long ago did you discover Mad Villain? You know, Dilla and Mad Lib. A couple years ago, yeah?
Like last summer. Well, no,
last summer?
The summer before last summer.
Dang.
Yeah.
You know what though? It's never too late, man. I mean, at the time, I didn't discover them till I was 17. Well, I was listening to Dilla, you know, since I was a young child. When I was 7, I'd hear him on the radio, and I would hear Janet, I would hear Busta, I would hear Common, and I didn't know who it was, but this whole time I realized that it was Dilla, and I heard him on Erica, you know, and then as I got older and able to understand who was behind the production, that's when I realized, and then I discovered Mad Villain, Doom, and Mad Lib, and then I kind of just transitioned. But shout out Stone's Throw, man.
Sure.
So how did you come about them?
So I spent the summer with my dad, and so like he knew I was making beats or whatever, so he was like, you should like, you know, study Dylan and see how he, you know, made his beats and his program and stuff like that. So that
your pops put you on.
Yeah. So like before then, like I'd heard songs by him, but I didn't have a clue who he was. So like that summer, you know, I would just studied and just listen to like a bunch of different music by him, and then everybody else from like Mad Lib to, you know, and then just came up.
Who are your top 5 producers? Including them.
Including them?
Yeah. So we got Dilla, Mad Lib. Who do you choose, Pharrell or Timbo?
Pharrell? Yeah, Pharrell.
What do you like more about Pharrell?
His chord, like the way he structures his chords is like very, very interesting. I'm sure. Yeah. You know, you can tell in whatever I do. You know.
Yeah.
And like.
And you know what? We gotta say I can't.
The Neptunes. Right? Because
like Pharrell's a face, and right. You know he is a writer as well. But
Chad,
we cannot knock Chad.
Chad's bridges.
I feel bad. Chad always gets put, you know, in the sink, but everyone knows that he's like the wizard.
Right. Chad's
so the
bridges
Neptunes,
are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Spectacular.
And then of course Timbo, and who else? Who else you rocking with?
Who we said? Mad Lib, J Dilla, Pharrell. I mean, for 2. I can probably fill in whoever I like at that moment, really.
Yeah.
Like,
or what about just in general, like even like today?
Today, I really like Metro Boomin, but like just for like the way he like his arrangement is like pretty tight, and like how he does his drums, cause like I mean a lot of people won't notice, but like he like layers his drums, like his snare is really crazy. Yeah. So. I'm really into that, and
you study that. What do you think of Wonder Girls, like her layering and like the way she knocks?
She's very crazy. Like I don't even know how she does it exactly, cause her drums knock, but like they're real tight, to where like it's not extra room. Yeah. It's just
it doesn't sound distorted.
Right,
too much.
It
just punches you.
Exactly.
And her bass, like her low end,
very crazy.
Like, slaps you over the head.
Very crazy.
Yeah, and what about like any of the SoundCloud generation?
SoundCloud generation, Esta is really tight. You know.
Shout out Esther.
I like what he does. Who else? Jay Lewis probably. You know, with him and the whole trap soul thing. That's crazy.
Yep. I don't know if you know, Jay Lewis was one of the hungriest when we were at Red Bull. He came through and was always plugging in the aux. Right. And then one day, this is like when Don't was first like popping. Bryson came to the studio because we had been talking and we had connected through the homie Tunji. He came through the studio, and it just goes to show you, because Jay Lewis, out of everyone in the room, we had like 10, we were like 12, 15 people deep from Soulection.
Right.
He was just like, everyone was plugging in, but he was the first one to plug in. And some of you guys were there, and he plugged in, and and Bryson heard a few beats from him. He's like, yo, I need that.
Right.
And from that point on, J. Lewis and Bryson Tiller, you know, connected. And from what I understand, Bryson didn't know too many DJs, and J. Lewis he's not really a DJ. He's a producer. Right. But you know, obviously from playing shows and stuff, you know, he had his controller, and he's just like, yo, I'll DJ for you. And that's kind of how it started.
It's crazy.
And then he got a couple places, you know, he got a couple beats on Trap Soul, and he even got Graves on it. And it just goes to show, like, pretty much the moral of the story is just like, you always got to be ready.
Of course.
And
always have the gems on you.
Yeah, and that's what I've noticed from you is like you're always coming with something new, whether it's a new edit or a new some like boom bap beat or just something like futuristic, which I think is so tight. So going back to the story of how you just discovered, Doom and Dilla, I think that goes hand in hand with the Sound of Tomorrow, because the Sound of Tomorrow to me means like future. It means present or it means the past.
Right.
So whether it's older or what, it's still the Sound of Tomorrow, because you're taking it and then you're flipping it.
Exactly.
Right. So I think that's so ill, like how it can be flipped and switched like that. Tell me about Mr. Surf.
All right, so I made that Mr. Surf account when I was still in college. I was just bored one day, you know, not going to class. Don't tell nobody. Yeah, so I made it because like I got a copyright strike, you know, back when SoundCloud was like real heavy on that. So I got a strike and I was like, man, I got like 1,500 followers. I can't lose that. So, you know, at first it was called just J.Robb 2, and then I was like, nah, that's weak. So then Mr. Surf, I named it that. I used that little pink background with like Terrio as a cover just cause. And it stuck for a while. So like I would just upload remixes and you know, just stuff that I just made in like an hour just to put it up.
So you are Mr. Surf.
Yes, I am Mr. Surf. Disclosure. But yeah.
Yo, isn't it crazy how something that you put little effort into, or that's like kind of a joke, sometimes blows up, and sometimes for some people ends up blowing up more than the original like alias or artist name, and then it's like, you got to choose at a certain point in your career, who do I want to run with?
Exactly.
Right?
So, you know, I made that decision like this week. I was like, all right, I'm gonna let that die. Cause I mean, it was a joke. Like I just do it just to like, you know, mess with my friends and stuff like that. I post memes up, but you know, just do whatever.
Yeah.
So, you know.
But it was popping, and you have so many good song like beats and edits that you put up on there.
Yeah, for
and,
sure.
Yeah, man. So props to that, and like, so rest in peace to Mr. Surf.
Rest in peace, Mr. Surf.
Does that mean like all the beats that you made under Surf are gonna now come out still under J.Robb?
No, I mean all the beats I made under Surf are like, you can go to the page and like just click the link to download them, and then they're all just there. So, you know, I'll just leave them there for now, and then that's really it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, word. And I'm curious, lastly, what's your biggest pet peeve as a producer?
That's a hard one. I mean,
is it rappers?
Rappers tend to be very annoying because, you know, they all do the same thing. But I mean, it just comes with it, so I'm not too worried about that. I think my biggest pet peeve would probably be like when freaking FL Studio crashes, or like
you didn't forgot to save the beat or something.
Right, and like I'm sure everybody knows about that, but like, you know, when you making it and it's like the best beat ever, and like you're just like, yo, I can't wait to finish it, and then it'd be like, and then it's a rap and you be hurt.
So pretty much hit Command S every second you get.
I mean, try to, because I still forget to this day.
Word, man. But yeah, I cannot wait. Once again, I'm thankful you came through. I want to get to this music. We've been chopping it up for a minute, but I want the people to hear what you're about. So we're about to hear an original set by you.
An original set, all J.Robb, Mr. Surf, and then some unreleased too. So,
some unreleased?
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, just know you are welcome here anytime.
Thank you.
Once again, you are one of my favorite, and I'm careful about who I plug and who I shout on that level.
Right.
Because yeah, it's a weapon out here. But I don't mind shouting you out because you deserve that shine, and hopefully, you know, thank you for being part of the Soulection compilation.
Thank you, man.
Promise Once More, which just came out, the first time we've put out music in so long, and I'm happy you're a part of that. And you delivered, and hopefully we could keep working together.
For sure. Appreciate
All right,
it.
so this is not the last time. We are getting into an exclusive set from J. Robb. Keep it locked here on Soulection Radio. His first time. Peace.